Good evening guys, welcome to the stream this evening. We'll be setting up in just a few moments time, so sit back, relax, and I'll see you all in just a few moments when we get ready to start the aircraft up, ready to go. Okay, so we're in the A340-600 where we're going to be doing a flight today from Zurich down into Hamburg. We're going to be departing around 1:06 on to the departure, leaving out on the EDDH to November. I'll be coming in for the Noglo 1 Delta for runway 15. So we're going to get the Airbus all set up, ready to go. We've got the weights already in, so all we need to do is just turn the aircraft on and then we can get ready to leave. So go overhead now, get the external powers on, get the batteries with the APU bats on, get all our fuel lights off, go get the IRSs 1, 2 and 3 all in, which will be all set for us. As we get the flight recorder on, crew supply can go on with the probes and get the APU ready and set to go. So that's all coming to life. That should be all ready for us as we get all of our panels lit. IRS will probably take around 6 minutes or so, so we'll be around 6, maybe 7 minutes until the IRSs are fully aligned. Then we should be ready and set to leave. So I've got the charts, I'll show you that in just a sec. So that's all our lighting. Timo, good evening my man, hope you're doing well pal. So we've got a company route as well, so we don't have to worry about putting in all waypoints. So we did a flight earlier on Twitch, and I did it with the 737, so I've already preloaded this flight, and it's already in there, ready to go, so it shouldn't take too long. So we're going to get the Tolis, get the loading performance and just put that to the side. And now we can go in and get the aircraft fully ready to go. So company route is Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel Echo Delta Delta Hotel 01 in for the company route, which is fine. For the IRS we can align on rev and confirm. So flight number is 409. Passengers we've got is 414. Cost index can be 55. Flight level is 310. Go over now to our zero fuel weight. We've got 241.2 for 25.3. Carriage is in. On for the block. Just need to get the fuel. I'm sure 41.1 will be fine, so I'll put 41.1 in. That should then align everything up. On for the departure out, leaving out runway 16, taking the EDDH to Romeo. We can insert that through. We'll go up to EDDH, which will be all in for us. As we come out, it should be a left-hand turn when we depart, as I did this earlier in the 737 over on Twitch, so we've already done that. It should be a left-hand turn on the departure route. So now that's all in, I'm going to go in and get the destination for the arrival. We're coming in on the ILS 415, and we're going for the Nogla 1 Delta. We're transitioning for the Delta Hotel Force 57, which is going to be in as there's 2 initial approach fixes, one for Hamburg and one for which we're going to take coming off of the Star for Nogla, as I'll show you in just a few seconds time. So we're going to go for a flap set of 2. We're going to the perf as that's all ready now, so we've got 161, 161 and 165 for V2 trans 7000. So we've got 2 up 2.9, and we've got flex of 44. Okay, so that is pretty much us now all set, ready to go. We're just waiting for the IRS's 6 minutes to go until they're aligned, and then we can leave. Tolis is nice, the A340 is nice, nice large aircraft, as you can see, nice and big. I'm going to be taking her out Swiss, leaving out from Zurich, so we've got 16 out of the departure that we can see. We're going to leave out 16 straight down out onto the 153, and then as we leave there will be that left hand turn 2000 above, not before 1 DME from the Clon 11485 VOR. So we're going to make a left hand turn, max 210 on the turn, then as we follow through the waypoints all the way to the fixes, we've got edges for 8000 above, which should come in, and we'll see for the magenta dots, which are the altitude constraints along with the speed constraints. So we've got 195, 3100 for the intercept. You can see where we leave through out of the runway. We're going to be below 210 anyway as we leave, so that's all fine there for us. And coming in for the arrival is pretty straightforward. We're going to take the Noglo or Nolago 1 Delta arrival. We're coming in for flight level 110 below, leaving it in onto the 357. As we get to the Delta Hotel 406, we'll be at 220 knots. We'll follow it all the way through, and then we'll track down, and there is our initial approach fix, the Delta Hotel 457. That's the one that we've got in for the transition, as the other transition is for Hamburg, and that would basically lead it up, and then at 16.5 DME from the Hamburg VOR we take a left turn and intercept. But as we're taking that, we've got the 457 in 4000 above, and then we'll follow it in at 3000 feet, where we'll intercept the glide slope at 9.3 DME. And I think when we come through for the Delta Hotel, it's about 17 DME or so out. So that's the arrival. It should be all good for us. And when I did it earlier on, there was pretty bad visibility in the area. There was overcast at 200 feet. There was broken clouds at 4. Check the METARs, and so far they've raised a few hundred feet to around 500 to 700 feet. But we've got the minimums in, be a 253 MDA for a 200 foot decision, and the airport come in sight just before minimum, so about 300 feet. The sceneries that I've got here, my men, these ones are they're just the default X-planes, but other than that I like to use the ortho scenery, which is what I mainly use for any of the ground. But around Frankfurt and that X-plane, it comes with that as well. Captain Caddy, good evening pal, hope you're doing well my friend. So we can see now on the IRS we've got 3 minutes to go and get everything else all set. So we get the predicted wind shear to auto, put TA on and auto to get everything all set. We go to system 1, which is all set and checked for us, and everything is set on the flight plan. Coming down, go down for Nolgo, so there's the top of descent, coming in 0043, so there's Nolgo, and then we're going to follow it all the way through them Delta hotels. So we're then going to make that left hand turn to intercept down 3-degree glide path, and it should be all set, ready to leave. So 3 minutes to go, and then we should be all set. So let's get the APU started. APU bleed can go on. We should be all ready to leave. All lights out above, everything looking nice. So as there's no quicker line for the IRS on here, we've just got to basically sit back. So I'll get the METARs now for Zurich, so we can do that and punch that in before we leave. I will be flying, when I fly next live, maybe tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow. We'll be doing the Zebo, we'll get that back on. So I flew it today, and it was nice to fly it. So I've got 1017 for the QNH. It was just set and cross-checked. Visibility 4,500 meters. Got clouds of 300, 2,300 feet scattered, and 3,000 for broken. So there's a few at 300 feet. That's pretty much it. On for our winds, we've got 140 at 3 knots. So it's calm. It's calm at the moment. Should be all good for us anyway. Should be a nice arrival in. Frost, my man, how's it going, pal? Hope you're doing well, my friend. It's nice to see you. Just in time, 1 minute to go, that'll go to 0, and then the irises will come to life. Then we can get our pushback and leave. Taxiing out, basically just going to basically ride up to 16. So push out, facing off, come out onto Echo, follow Echo all the way down, and then we'll swing around into the Echo 2, ready to take off. Flex temps 44 as we leave. So we'll see what the Airbus can do for us today. As I say, I flew this in 737 earlier on, and coming down into Hamburg, it was visibility wasn't very good at all. Probably around 300 foot. The runway came into sight, but we will get a lovely scenic arrival with the dawn of X-Enviro, which we've got in right now. That's great, pal. Glad you're doing well, my friend. So 0 on the IRS. Any minute now. That'll come to life, and then we can call the tug and get ready to push back. Hope everybody's having a great day. Saturday evening, I thought, why not come on and do a live for you guys. I haven't done one in quite a long time. So there's the irises now come fully alive as we come through. You can see on our flight plan, get these up for you guys, you can see as we leave out, there is that left-hand turn. It's parting out of the runway heading, which is going to be the 153. Then we're going to switch around onto that 085 and rocket through down to EDDH. So as soon as everybody is all ready, we can get our seatbelts and everything all on. So we've got the beacon on, we've got nav 1 which can go on as well. Got the seatbelts and everything all checked on the emergency lights. That's pretty much us all ready to go. As soon as the APU is available and on, we can switch off the external, which is now running off of the APU, and we can call the tug ready to leave.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
So we're going to be basically facing out this way, then we're going to take a right hand turn to go straight up to 16.
Ground to cockpit. Tolis driving up.
So tug's now going to drive us up as we get ready to go. You can see down below, we just need to get all the doors and everything shut, so we'll tell everyone to drive away. Over to the Tolis ground services now, we can turn everything off. We can close some of the doors that we need. So close. So just make sure, sometimes when they're on auto, they still stay open for some reason. So just double check it.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect, set parking brake.
Okay, that's us now all set, ready to leave. Parking brake is set, flight directors are on, everything is managed. Said we was going up on for the initial 310. So 310, we've got the dots, so it will be managed once we leave and put the autopilot on. Auto brake will be RTO, and we've got the trim, which will come to life once the hydraulics come on and the engines are lit. So tug's now going to lift us up.
Now connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
So we've got plenty to start the engines, which we can go ahead and do. As pushback comes through, so we go for engine number 3 and 4. See N2 now coming to life for number 3 and 4 engines. Then we go outside and watch them light up. So next flight live will be the 737-800 is fully updated. There's 3 and 4 coming in now, and we get ready to start engines number 1 and 2. Okay, so we go through for engine number 1 and 2. See N2 now increasing as number 1 and 2 come to life. So we're just waiting for the blue hydraulic to come in. Trim will be sat. As engine 1 and 2 now come in. Yeah, I think you're right, my man. I can see that as well. It's probably down to the bit rate. Probably didn't put it high enough, I don't think. That could be the problem. As obviously it's crystal on my side, so it could be the bit rate on Streamlabs. It's one of them things. Once it happens, you
operation
can't
complete. Please set parking brake.
You know. So set a parking brake, which will be checked.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
See, with the bit rate I put to 10,000. I don't know if you need to put it higher, but that's what we put it to. There's also a checkbox that's checked, which could be rendering it lower for performance, maybe. I don't know. I'm not the streamer type, my man. Okay, so he's going to disconnect and get us ready to leave. I'll definitely look into it for the next stream, because obviously we'll do a bit on Twitch as well, so do a bit of experimenting with the bit rate. But I can see what you mean, I can see it on the stream. Ethan, my man, good evening, pal. Hope you're doing well, my man.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed, hand signal on the left. I'll see you next time, have a safe flight.
See you soon, bye bye. So yeah, it's just something to do with the bit rate. I either haven't got it too high, or it's one of the check boxes in the settings on Streamlabs. But we'll check it out and see if we can resolve it on the next one. But I hope everybody's doing well as we're ready to depart now. We're ready to leave. So all the engines are lit and switched over. You can go put the engine start back to normal. We should be able to switch everything off on the APU side. APU will switch over, which will all be checked. We can put on our taxi lights, which will be set. And we've also got our takeoff config, which is ready to set. So we're going for takeoff config 2. We can arm the ground spoilers. Also brake can be RTO, which will be checked, and we just wait for the takeoff config. Everything is managed once we come out of the runway. So we'll do the takeoff config test, which is normal. So we are ready now to leave. We'll have a look on the taxi charts. So we're basically going to leave out onto Echo, cross over, we'll say runway 10, and then follow Echo down to Echo 2. So can't release the parking brake, we'll go over, get the cabin, tell them to get ready. And we can idle out as we roll down to runway 16. That's great, my man. Hope you're enjoying the flight. Heathrow to Tokyo, very nice, very nice. I do need to come over to Asia properly and do some proper flights over there. There's one place I haven't been properly yet. But I will be over there. I will get some flights done on them routes. Tokyo, Singapore. But we'll get over there, my man. So we're going to come out onto Echo. as we can see, we'll swing out. So if we have a look at the time, 15:01. So we'll see what time we're going to come in for the arrival. We should catch a nice one. So I'm going to take this right hand turn now onto Echo. Let's cross over the runway. That's not the active. We shouldn't need to put on our strobes. I'll just speed up a little so we can get down to the end of the taxiway pretty sharp. HD, my man, good evening, pal. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Long time, long time. So as we run it down, we're running down to Echo 2. We'll take that left-hand turn, liner up. We've got the Flex 44 coming through on the Flex, as we can see. And if we wanted, we could quickly do the recall, which is normal. Everything's normal there, which is checked. So as we fly it now, straight up Echo, it's going to be the first left. Second left will be Echo 1, which I imagine is the runoff. Cross, my man, thanks, pal. Really appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody's support on the channel. It means a lot. So thank you for being here, and we get to fly live tonight. So as we flew the A340 quite a bit, as I said, we are going to take the 737 out. It's going to come out on the next hour. We might live tomorrow, we'll see. But if I do, I will take the 737 out. I just took it out today, so I haven't flown it in about, Jesus, a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. Because we had the 732, the 747, and this one. So we'll get back to the old school flying. Oh, that's great, my man, Mexico City. I did do some flying when I got the 747-200. I did a flight down into Mexico City, and it is a very interesting approach where you run down the right hand side of the next to the mountains, because obviously we had to do the VOR approach. And yeah, it's an interesting one, definitely. So good luck with that, my friend. Let's get some speed in so we don't slow down. So we'll get to open her up in a little bit. Overhead everything's fine, beacons on, noses to taxi. Let's get a little bit of speed in. It's just going to be a straight from now. Place that I do want to do some flights in. I want to go over to Canada and definitely get some flights down there too. I haven't been to Canada in the sim, I think once or twice. I'm sure there is some really nice views with X-Enviro. Yeah, Mexico City is definitely fun. 100% is fun. But I'm going to get back to the old school flights as well. I'm going to bring the 727 out along with the 732 and the 742 as well. I like the old school aircrafts. It's interesting to learn the HSI, the RMI, like over here the RMI. It's interesting to know the VOR navigation. I find that very interesting. So to get into them old school aircrafts, it's very nice. It's very nice indeed. So we're coming over to Echo 2 now. As we can see, there is Echo Zulu hold and left for Echo 2, which we're going to take to come in. So what I'm going to do is, as we cross this little bit of hold point, I'm going to get the aircraft configured to go. Flick the strobes on in just a few moments' time. So we're going to take this left-hand turn. Okay, so we get the aircraft ready now. So runway tunnels can go on, strobes can go on as well, lamps can go to 2, and everything else is all fine. Ding the cabin as we're ready to swing over. We'll take this left onto Echo. So we're going to line up for 1-6 and then let the aircraft fire out of Zurich. As you can see, weather conditions don't look that great coming out. Visibility isn't very good, but we should have a blast with this A340, so spin it right the way around now. As we're ready to go, so we'll stop her here. It's like a big lorry. Put the landing lights on now, and those can go to takeoff. We are fully ready, all managed over on the MCP, and takeoff is set. So there's only one thing left to do. Release the parking brake, go up to 40%, and tow go. So manual flex, SRS, runway, auto thrust with balloon. The thrust is set. Full pressure on the column. Airspeed is alive. 100 neutral. Flight director, we're going to go into that left-hand turn now. So the aircraft does move lovely and smooth coming through. So I don't know why the flight director moved up quick like that. It's going to come back once we go into our power setting. So wait for climb power. It's going to come back to V2. Now the aircraft's going to come in, go to level climb. And we just now basically pitch down. This capture room for the flight director. The aircraft does handle lovely and smooth. This Airbus is nice, nice to fly. So as we just follow through now, come back in onto that right hand turn. Just a little rocky, it's not too bad. As we swing into that right hand turn now. So just passing through, ready for 200 knots, passing through 4,000. And what we can do now is we can get the autopilot in. Now the aircraft will take control and off we fly up for 310 as we follow the constraints out. Captain Spitfire, my man. How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well, pal. Yeah, we're here in the flesh tonight. Need to put the TAR in. Yeah, we're here in the flesh. Went out in the 737 earlier on, and flaps can go to fully up now, slats retracted. Let's go to our clean speed, which we're around 230. So yeah, we took the 737 out earlier on, and it was quite nice. We actually flew this route. I did it on Twitch. We flew this route coming through. Same departure, same arrival. It was a very nice arrival. Visibility was quite bad. The runway came into view probably around 300 feet, but it was a nice arrival. So I thought what we'd do is save putting a video up. Why not we just come here tonight and we'll just get together and we do this, you know. So as we now pass through 6,000 feet, 7,000 QNHs are going to go over. You can have a look at lovely X-Enviro on a wing view coming out. Visibility isn't all that great, as you can see. As we rise up, we're going to be going for flight level 310. We can have a look on the other side. As we blast up, the lovely Swiss Airlines. I do like Swiss. Definitely one. So visibility is very bad down in Hamburg. It's not the greatest, but it's going to make view for a lovely scenic arrival this evening. So as we ride through, QNHs can go back over. They can go to standard, which is all set for us. As we pass through 9,002, runway turn flights can go off, nose can go off, get the landing lights off as well. Seatbelt signs. Over on the weather, everything seems to be alright and above board. Weather seems to be calm, so we'll let the passengers go out if they need to go to the toilet. Now we're all set, ready to charge up. X-Enviro probably, for me, it set me back about 20 frames, 15 to 20 frames. Lucky to get this up to around 42 frames, 43 frames maybe. On the ground anyway. Up in the sky might be a little different, but it's still smooth enough. But yeah, you will lose about 15-20 frames. I don't know what active skyscapes is like the frames are like. I don't know if that's any better. As I did look online, and I did see a few people saying something about the frames on that as well, as I would have got it to test it out. But we're here tonight with the A340-600, and we're going to test our skills out into Hamburg this evening as we come through. So yeah, something's on with the bit rate. I don't think I put the bit rate up high enough for you guys, so apologies for that. But we'll make sure that we get it down nice and smooth, as we always come down like a nutter. So passing through 12,002. Have a look on the FMC, see on the flight plan as we ride up. 151 for Dejes Roma, and be 192 for Bodden, 213 even as we ride through. On top of climb as we come in from Lego, and then we've got Bodden just before as we go into that swooping left hand turn, and that's going to take us then to Lego and then Bodden. So there's that left hand turn coming in. Take a look outside as we go into it. For real, I hear that. I do get what you guys mean. I might give it a try, because I was contemplating giving it a try. I was looking today, just didn't know with the frame hit if there was one. So thanks for that heads up. As you see the Airbus swoop into that left-hand bend. This Airbus is a nice Airbus. It's massive. The way it carries itself is something. Like, it's literally something. I mean, I'm not an Airbus fan myself. I obviously fly all Boeings, but this A340, this is a big aircraft to fly. If this was an A330 even, I would have got that as well. So to take that swoop and left, and that's going to take us down to Bodden. Now this cirrus, once you go above this cirrus, which is just coming past over the wings, it can make the clouds go weird, as you can see now. just underneath the wingtips over near the ailerons, etc. That cirrus or whatever it is, it leaves a horrible outline over on the wings and anything under view of it. So I don't know if that's just how it is. But apart from that, X-Enviro is nice. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad weather engine. Could do with a FPS pickup, but it does give some lovely views. We'll give it that. It is a big plane, my man. Yeah, defo. It's ultra long on that flare. Make sure you pull up enough. It's right up to flight level 310. Aircraft now making that left-hand turn over to Bodden. As we come through, we're climbing through 20,000 feet. We've got another 11,000 to go. Yeah, if this Skyscape Stone doesn't give a FPS drop, then yeah, I don't mind giving it a shot. Because I mean, 15 to 20 frames is a fair bang to put on anyone's PC. So if you can get away with no frame drop, then that's even more of a bonus, you know. Hope all you guys are doing great this evening. As I say, we're here on our way to Hamburg, ready for the 15 ILS arrival. Should be very nice. We can check in on our... Let's have a look, see what we've got. So we go to our progress. I keep thinking I'm in the 737 when I went back there today. So yeah. So now for the flight plan. Once we get to Noglo, it's going to be below 11,000, which is going to be right here. Show you guys on the plan and show you exactly where we're going to go. So as we're climbing up to 310, once we get to Noglo, we're basically going to follow that through. And then once we hit Noglo, that's where we're going to hit the Delta Hotel 406. Now that's where on the charts it wants us to basically swing around, so put it there. So this is our arrival coming through. Noglo's right here for flight level 110 below. Once we go down to the Delta Hotel 406, which is right here, that's where we're going to hit 220. And then make that left, following on to the 330 all the way up to the Delta 416, which is going to be there on the left-hand turn, and then that's where we're going to intercept round onto that left, which is going to bring us down for 4,000 feet above, ready to intercept. We're going to be coming down for 3,000 feet on the approach, which is going to be at 9.3 DME from the localizer, or if it was coming in from the Alpha Lima Foxtrot VOR, it'd be 10.4 DME. So that's where the glide slope is going to start, 3,000 feet. And I think we're done, mate. So I think with the RAM, before I cut this off, because it is going to go 100%, but we'll leave it there for a second, because obviously we need a RAM update. The RAM's too low for what I'm outputting, as well as all this. I didn't think it was going to do it, but it did to an extent. So what we'll do, guys, is we did give it a crack. As it's obviously froze, I'll leave you with we'll come back tomorrow and do this again, and we'll see if we don't have the same problems, or if I can get it back up in the sky, we'll sort it out. So as I say, we've hit problems, but I was expecting it because the RAM is pretty low, even though it's 16 gig. It was running at 3,000 megahertz, but I need something like 32 gigabytes. So apologies for that on my part, guys, but if I can get the flight back from the Tolis, I'll re-upload the live and we'll carry on the flight. So just give me 2 seconds and we'll get it back going.